I'm TJ and this is JD, and we're here to give you a 10-minute dose of Rooster Teeth 2014. This Austin event is where Rooster Teeth fans, the internet, and video games come together for some geek culture goodness.
This interview, we talked to Darin Ross. You may ask, who the hell is this guy? This guy is responsible for the card game gone viral, SuperFight.
SuperFight is a game where you create a hero with powers and state your claim on why he or she will win against the judge's hero. Let's be real, every comic book reader has argued who beats who. Now there's a card game for it, and it's awesome, trust me. He was sold out of all copies at RTX by Saturday.
You can buy the card set and all of its expansions on superfightgame.com. For equal portions geek and awesome, click subscribe and visit Ultness.com.
I won't hold this up anymore because this pizza is getting cold. This is Darin Ross.
Hey guys, I am here with the creator of SuperFight. How you doing today, sir?
Fantastic. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Tell the nice audience that are just listening who you are.
My name is Darin Ross. I created the card game SuperFight.
And if you guys haven't seen SuperFight, we brought it to PAX East. It's here, prominent at Rooster Teeth 2014. This game is huge. I actually saw this a couple months ago, pre-ordered it. I emailed them, begged. It was like, hey, I'm going to PAX. And they were like, here you go, just make it happen.
I remember that. I remember when that happened. Yeah, I definitely remembered because the PAX East thing, I couldn't get in there myself. And so you were like the tip of my spear. I was like, somebody's going to take it there. I can't wait. So that was good. I remember the pictures too of the table, the round white cloth table you guys playing it.
That was a partner of mine, Half-Ass Ninja. He did.
Yes, that's right.
He was like, hey, check this out. We're all taking pictures. I was like, man, you're promoting my game.
The good thing about being a very desperate guy who's trying to make a thing is you remember every single time somebody helps you out. So when you guys did that, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in Boston. I'm not there, but my game is, so I remember.
It's like conceiving a baby. He's like, all right, it's here. Let's see it walk, talk, and do all sorts of things.
It's still just a slobbery mess in a crib, but yeah, very much so.
It's a beautiful slobbery mess. So let's talk about SuperFight real quick. I hate to say people compare it to Cards Against Humanity. I always think about it as, you know, if you like this game, you're gonna like, and you like arguing,
yes,
this is the game for you. Yeah. It's not all about the judge. It's all about the people that you're playing with.
Yeah, that's true. It's not unintentional that it looks a little like Cards Against Humanity. It borrows from the same kind of culture as Cards Against Humanity, but unlike Cards Against Humanity, it's not anonymous. So there's a lot more arguing your case for why you should, you know, come out of this victorious as opposed to just being at the whims of a judge.
Yeah, especially the fact that you'd be like, baby Jesus with the one ring, how am I going to lose to this? And you feel
according to your partner that you do lose. According to your partner, that does not always win. So
and with other games, it's always formulatic, and there's no bending to it. It's all depending about the people that you have there.
Thank you. I'm sorry, we just got interrupted by incoming pizza. Thank you, Sean.
Oh, now we're timed because I know you're going to be staring that down.
No, it's fine. I got to let that cool off. What was your question? I'm sorry.
No, so how many expansions are there to SuperFight?
There are currently 6 expansions, and I shouldn't say that because when I say currently, if I'm including the ones in the works, it gets way higher than that. But that are available today, there are 6. And there's one that adds R-rated cards, geek reference cards, cards for kids to fight each other to the death, and cards that set the location of the fight, cards that set parameters for the fight. And there's a 6th one called the Hero Machine that is kind of hard to explain, but it's a new way of developing your white card that some people seem to like a lot. So
Cool. So how was this conceived? Were you guys hanging out at a bar and be like, man, you know, Superman would definitely go down against Batman, because everyone already knows that. That's fact.
That's a better story than the real story, because that would imply that I have friends, but no, it was just me sitting. I had just kickstarted an art project that I was working on, and I knew that the art project was going to need more money than I had, so I was on Kickstarter looking at what other things were doing successful, and I saw that graphic novels and card games were doing really well. So I knew I wouldn't be able to crank out a graphic novel anytime soon. So I tried to think, could I develop a card game in a reasonable amount of time? And that was, if you start the timer there, if that's second 0 of me trying to develop SuperFight, then around the time the little timer would have gotten to second 29, SuperFight was developed, because I sat there and I thought, I just want things to fight things. And I thought, wait, I should just make things fight things. And it was done. SuperFight was done. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm just going to kickstart a thing. There's going to be things. They're going to do things, and they're going to fight. And that was it. And so it grew a lot during that time. We're sitting here right now at RTX across from the table, and it's still developing as we play it live with people. So there are things, the community's been a big part of this and helped it grow a lot. The rules change a lot. Well, they grow a lot. Mm-hmm. The first set of rules was really random. The second set of major rules was nice and polished, but there were a lot of cards on the table. And the newest iteration of the rules, thanks to the community, has gotten to the point where everybody's focused on one fight. There's a lot of arguments going on. They're really funny, and it's really polished now to be streamlined and good and fun. So
that's cool. So how long ago was the Kickstarter?
March of 2013.
So wow, you came a long way from just a little bit over a year.
Yeah, a year and a half or so. Yeah, it blew up. It got so big that, not big, but it sold so quickly that we're in the 6th print now. And the first 5 prints, by the time the ship got here from the printer overseas, they were all sold. They were all sold at pre-sale. So I never had actual inventory of the game because it got so popular. And that's without advertising. It's just word of mouth, because it's a virus. To take the game, you have to go play it with your friends, and they get exposed to the game. So
that's exactly how it happened. I had a game night at my place, and we were like, all right, I got this game here, and I've got this game here. I just got in the mail. And we're like, all right, open it up, because we needed to prep for it for PAX if we were going to show it to everyone else. So we opened up the rules. I'm like, all right, let's pick this one. We went with it, and literally 45, almost an hour went by without us even noticing that we're like, holy crap, this game's really good.
That's good. That's good to hear. Thank you.
So what is the weirdest mix-up that you had in the game?
Oh, man. So one great thing about it is because it's so, people get really emotionally attached to their characters, which is good. I don't blame them, because you're trying to win a point. And it's funny because most people don't even keep score anymore. They just fight each other and laugh about the arguments. But you get really invested in arguing for why your character should win. And so as a result, nothing fits emotional connections better than social media these days. So people, when they feel really strongly about why they should have won a fight, they'll just go to Instagram and be like, I need some validation. Don't you think this should have won against this? And so I get a lot of tagged Instagram and Facebook posts. And one of my favorites was somebody had, I wish I could remember what he was fighting. Let's say it was a centaur who could shoot lightning, and it was 3 stories tall. He was fighting Stephen Hawking, who could shoot laughing gas. And this was back when players were putting cards on each other, which is still a thing. But so Stephen Hawking could shoot laughing gas, and the player to that person's left put him in a giant hamster ball. So Stephen Hawking was shooting laughing gas inside the giant hamster ball, and he won the fight because he was erratic. And he was
he was in rage mode, pretty much.
It was just like unpredictable. Because if I was the judge of that fight, I would have let him win also, because it's funny. Because it's not always about who's got the sharpest claws, but who can just play to the judge's sensibilities and win the judge over. That's in the old rule set, but that was one of my favorite matchups. Yeah.
My worst nightmare of the game. I brought this to my parents' house.
Oh no!
Yeah.
The red deck.
Yeah, I had the red. It was all mixed up in there. So yeah, trying to explain some of the cards to my mom was very disheartening.
Oh no.
I was like, Mom, don't play that card. Don't do that.
And there are a couple cards in the red deck that deal directly with your mom, so it would have been extra hard to explain. It's like, I don't remember doing any of this.
I was like, Dad, I don't need validation. Thank you. But no, he brought over his neighbors, because like they get together. My parents are from Florida. They get together and they have a bunch of friends. One of them's a lawyer.
Oh,
so he gets he had one, and then like he had a set that he thought it was so ironclad that he was literally pacing back and forth saying, this guy should win because he has this, this, and this. I was like, man, this guy's really into it.
Well, he's a lawyer.
Yeah, he's a lawyer. He's paid to do this.
Yeah.
And then he got upset when he lost, because I was like, no, I really think, who was he fighting? It was something ridiculous. Like it was like a Girl Scout that. I don't know. It was a Girl Scout that clones and gets stupider every time.
And he lost to that?
Yeah,
they don't teach that in law school. It's...
I was like, how would that lose? It's like there is legion of idiots.
Infinite morons. Yeah, where's your degree now, lawyer? That's amazing. That's fantastic.
So you said that you got some stuff in the works.
A lot of stuff, yeah.
Do you have a timetable when we could expect to be premiered, or?
No, I don't. Well, I'm on the verge. We are on the verge now of launching some big stuff. It's going to be about a month till some big news drops for SuperFight. But so this makes it kind of a weird convention for us. It's the last convention where it's just this kind of stuff. But by the time the next convention rolls around, everything's going to be different for the best.
Is there any conventions ahead of your schedule that you're going to be attending?
There are. San Diego Comic-Con, the big dance.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Yep.
So, and PAX South is actually coming in January. Are you going to be looking into that as well?
Where's that?
San Antonio.
Oh, January?
Yeah. It's a new one of its kind.
Yeah, I was going to say, I hadn't heard of that then, but I hope so. I hope after San Diego, we're at everything ever. We'll definitely be back here because this was ridiculous. This was insane.
You had such a well reception. Every swag bag in here had a card, and then you're sold out right at the moment on Saturday.
Yeah, I was like, LOL, we'll put a Rooster Teeth card in the bag, and that turned to LOL, we're gonna mob your table like zombies, thinking zombies with money that are great people. Thank you, I love you very much. But it was insane. We're here on Saturday talking. Yesterday on Friday, there was not a single span of 60 seconds where there was not a line to buy this game. And most people credited that single card in their bag with Jeff's beard or whatever they got. And so
a character from
Jack's
movie.
beard. It's Jack's beard. No, from Rooster Teeth. Rooster Teeth characters. They're like, I have this. I want 500 more of these. So they came and bought the game. It was insane.
It's funny because I was actually standing in line, like surveying everyone, and they were trading cards. Like,
really?
Yeah, it was wild too. He was like, "Oh, you got Ruby. Well, I got Jack's beard over here." I was like, "Oh no, I got this person." It's like he's my favorite person, and then having that little notch at the bottom come to my desk, it was magic for you.
I talked to a guy yesterday who had 19 Rooster Teeth cards. I was like, "How'd you get that many?" And there were 20 total across the whole set. So he's one short of the whole set. He got them all by walking around and visually just targeting moms, to use his words, and just going to them and saying, hey, can I have your white card that's in there? Thinking they don't care, they're here with their kid, whatever. He probably got slapped a couple times, but overall he got 19 cards, so target moms, everybody, if you're not already.
It's so... Why?
That's a red deck.
That's all right. Your dad will understand, don't worry about that. So this looks like you've got it down. I'm happy because I was the guy that was like, I got this game. I'm the cool kid on the block, and then
pre-ordered it. You were one of the guys that was waiting for the boat.
Yeah, literally every month I was like, all right, any update on it? Oh man, there was a mix-up with the containers. Oh man.
Yeah, you remember when the ship broke down at sea and they had to move all the containers to a new ship? Hate it.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, I hope I could get this in time. And then I reached out to you, worked it out perfectly. So there's a bright future in this. Do you think you want to work on a different game? Do you have something else in the works?
Yeah, there's definitely. So the current work schedule has SuperFight going on for a very long time. And when there's free time, working on the things that were pre-existing before SuperFight. Because I have another game that I'm working on, but it's nothing I ever do is going to have the breadth of SuperFight, because anybody can relate to a thing fighting a thing.
Yeah.
Just go. But if you make any other game with more depth to it, you're gonna start to weed out people who don't want to deal with complicated rules and all that. So I'll never be able to touch this game again, but I do have games that I'm gonna like, that a lot of people are gonna like, that I'm anxious to make. So yeah.
Cool. And so what avenues can we find to purchase SuperFight?
So right now it's just superfightgame.com, and ThinkGeek still got it. It comes in chugs to their inventory, so they've got it and then they don't and then they do. But the most reliable way is superfightgame.com.
Yeah. I think your expansions, or at least another seller, is actually selling it on Amazon as well.
Yeah, if it is, it's because people are buying it for full price and then selling it on Amazon. I took it off Amazon because a lot of games were arriving damaged. They don't do a good job packing. Because we've all ordered on Amazon, and it's like 2 big bubbles of air, which is usually fine, but this thing's so heavy and awkward that it slams against the sides and the corners bust open. So until they can get their shipping together, it's not going to be on Amazon through me directly.
Yeah, mine still is in the original box that you shipped me, the white box. That was
the white box that contained the box.
Yeah. Because the expansions don't fit inside because I mixed them all together. Right. So I was like, here's SuperFight. It's got like the sticker of the game on it and stuff. Nice. But thank you so much for hanging out with me, man. Once again, congratulations on the success for SuperFight and all.
Thank you very much. Good talking to you.
Thank you.